KJ, the Weather Authority. I'm meteorologist Christy Shields for News Talk 970 WCIS.
Hey, friends, and a pleasant good evening. Welcome to Lions Live, the only network built by the players for you, the fans, on a bright, warm, sunny day here in State College, talking some Penn State blue-white here with big dude Stephen Davis, Yaacov, Israel, Dan the Fan, and a special guest here tonight, and a new host, hopefully can be on with us much, much more in the future, Jimmy Kennedy, the all-great from Penn State, defensive tackle. This man's he's done everything, folks, from the Denver Broncos, Chicago Bears, Jacksonville Jaguars, Minnesota Vikings, New York Giants, and he's got the ring from the Super Bowl, beating the New England Patriots. So this is a real honor to have you on here, Jimmy, and we can't thank you enough for bringing everything you do to football and here to Lions Live here tonight. So welcome aboard.
No problem, man. I appreciate it.
It's great to have you. So we've all taken in Penn State blue-white. Who wants to kick it off with some thoughts and a little bit of a recap from the game this past Saturday, or should I say scrimmage?
Well, I mean, I guess I can just say a few things if you don't mind. This is Stephen Davis. Jimmy, nice teaming up with you. I appreciate you coming on. And Yaacov and Skip, just, good week. I would say pretty solid outing. You can't tell a lot about a spring game. I can say that I can see that our depth is going to increase some. Obviously, we are going to be concerned about replacing our D-line, which, again, those are the questions I would have for you, Jimmy, about what it is to come up after you have a good D-line that came up in front of you. But as we know, we have folks that are gone, anyway from let's see, from Johnson. I think he's left, and Zettel, and of course Nassif. Replacing those guys and then seeing how the rest of the D-line is going to do. That's coming up. I can't wait to see what happens with people like Torrance Brown. He played pretty well, and Sickles. They're two solid players, and apparently the surprise of the spring was Kevin Gibbons, who also played solid as well. I just want to mention also, I know that was our first look at this new quick strike offense. And again, it's hard to tell because there wasn't a whole lot to show, other than the fact that I can tell you that Trace McSorley did look really sharp. He looked sharp. He did have one pick, but really looked good on some of the high percentage throws. When a lot of pressure is going to come in, I know there's probably some reduced blitzing and some other things. We'll really see how he handles pressure. And, of course, the offensive line did look a little bit better, and we still did need some work. And, of course, now that Ryan Gaia, number 72 now, at center, who's a redshirt senior, to see how he can anchor the line, not just in terms of his physical skills, but we'll see what it is he can bring as far as leadership goes to that line. And as we mentioned, the Paris Palmer from last week, the JUCO All-American that came in, that did struggle half of the season and then finished up the season well. I see that he's been moved to right tackle, and now Andrew Nelson's been moved back to left where he was before. Obviously, Shaquan Barkley did not play, but we had strong performances from Mark Allen and Andre Robinson at back. They looked really good. And, of course, looking at our wideouts, I really think our wideouts are among the best in the nation. And looking at the Sean Hamilton, Chris Godwin, and, of course, really good showing from Brandon Polk, number 10, and Saeed Blackman. And the tight end, Jasicki, looked a lot better, and we'll see how things go. And, of course, our defensive secondary with Marcus Allen leading that secondary, that should do really well this year, and Grant Haley as well. But I would say the talk of the town is, if we can have our defensive line play anywhere near the way they did last year, that will leave room for the improvement of our backers, which is very solid. Obviously, Brandon Bell did not play from South Jersey kid, Oakcrest High School. Naheem Morton-White, who got hurt in the Temple game, will be ready to go, and Jason Kabinda. We should have a real staunch linebacking core. And I don't know. I mean, and I also saw Tommy Stevenson play, and Tommy, he did a solid job, for not playing a whole lot. And I think we have a jumbled backup. The rest of our O-line, we got some good young O-linemen that still have a ways to go, Sterling Jenkins, and also Connor McGovern played pretty solid, and Noah Bay, number 60, got a good game. So in general, that's where I'm at. I mean, I think we did good. We didn't show a whole lot. We didn't suffer any major injuries that I saw. It looks like the offensive coordinator, Joe Moorhead, had some really good things to say, and Coach Franklin. So it looks like to me that we're deep at running back, but we still need to improve our O-line, and our D-line as a whole remains to be seen. And I'm sure, as Jimmy knows from all his experience, that D-line's success is really going to dictate how well the linebackers do as well. So that's just a general overall for me.
I think this is Jimmy here. I think when we lose guys and we have younger guys coming up, it all depends on how the older guys, if they pass down the proper work ethic. When I was there and we had, Courtney and those guys, and I had Fleischhauer in front of me, and I had a few, Justin Capiches and, Courtney Brown, those guys taught me how to be a leader. I was one of the young guys. I was a sophomore, redshirt sophomore, playing with those guys. Those guys taught me how to be a leader. When it comes to the blue-white game, I don't know how they truly view it right now, but for us, it was just a glorified practice. It's kind of hard to judge the offensive line and the defensive line because there's still a thing about protecting each other there, and you really don't want to have that kill mentality against a guy that you want to actually, go to battle with, and we're still a team. You understand? I mean, it's still blue and white. It's not blue versus gold or blue versus another color. We're still Penn State versus Penn State. It's like I said, it's a glorified practice. You got fans. It's like a mock game for the most part. They're not really showing everything. But when it's all said and done, it's to help you. I remember being a youngster and going out there and actually getting scared, and it wasn't a game. So for the young guys who get the butterflies in their stomach and different things like that, it's right now for the guys to step up and get used to it. My first 2 years at Penn State, I was nervous and I wouldn't even look at the crowd. You understand? But meanwhile, I was considered All-American. You understand? So blue-white games and stuff just help you get accustomed and get acclimated to, the stadium, get acclimated to your team, get acclimated to having the refs there. Because keep in mind, we practice without referees. So I think I like the future that we're going to. I love the fact that the tradition is coming back into it, but it's still too early to judge between the quick strike offense and then us bumping heads against each other, in practice and so on. Obviously, it's still early, and by the time the first game come around, I think the boys will be ready.
Well, hey Jimmy, I wanted to ask you.
Hey, I gotta jump in here, man.
All right, you're cool.
I want everybody to know that is the number one man that just spoke right now. Jimmy, man, had some of the best feet I ever seen for a man that was. You was about 300, right?
Nah, I was always at least 325, 330 when I was in college. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, this man had feet like a D-back. I mean, I'm like, man, this man Jumbo. Hey, I'm so happy for you, man. It's great. I'm so glad to hear your voice too, man. So, and I'm feeling what you're saying because I was with you, man.
Yeah. I was talking to Skip earlier, and I was bringing up points. I think between us losing our coach Paterno, and to actually have Coach Franklin come in here after we O'Brien left and so on, and do the job that he's doing. I think us as alumni, as former players, need to start showing up there more. I mean, I plan on stepping in. I know Coach Franklin has an open door policy. I plan on stepping in and doing those things because even when I was playing, it wasn't like we had a bunch of former players coming back and saying, hey, change this up and do this and do that. You understand? And when I turned pro and I was doing things, my first couple of years, I was still doing things the Penn State way. And then before you know it, it was, I went to Minnesota and I was learning new things and so on. It was like, oh man, I just wish I could just go back and just tell the guys this. It could be just the slightest thing that help. And I think we need to do a better job of communicating with each other to get back to help these guys know the tradition that it is. You know, we have a tradition here, and I take full responsibility for my own actions and not getting back there as much as I should to uphold that tradition.
Well, you know, Jimmy, we were talking about that a little bit, Jimmy, and you know, I think you're right. I mean, the idea of giving that type of an edge to these players, saying, "Hey, here's what's going to get you that edge over these guys that I learned in the NFL." Those are the things I think the coaches would love to hear. And interestingly enough, because, you know, Coach O'Brien was here for a year, we talked a little bit about that. And we could see there was that little bit of an edge our team seemed to pick up on in spite of what was going on. I think we you know, he brought something to the table there. He's a good coach. You know, personalities, things like that. He moved on. You know, everybody had different thoughts of him here. But I'll tell you what, I personally, from being up at practice and Yaacov, you're there with me on Friday. I am thoroughly impressed, and I know Penn State has the right guy for the job here with Coach Franklin. He is an outstanding person, and he's really what Penn State was about in the past. And he's just like taking up the torch and running with it, and doing it from there, doing the right things going forward. He's all about doing the right things. He's very supportive of all the players, and I think, you know, Jimmy, I mean, the words and wisdom you can bring back here, being, you know, going in the first round, 12th overall pick in the NFL draft, and having a career like you have, I believe their ears are going to be wide open to anything you have to say to pass on to give these guys an edge here in the days to come. And I can't wait to see it all happening on the field here in the fall.
Yeah, you know, I think, you know, like playing with guys like, you know, Rich Gardner and Yaacov and you know, Anthony Adams, and I've played with some great guys, you know, that was just not just football players, but were great people. You understand? So what I would like to do is, you know, like I said, try to get a bunch of us back so we can help the players out. Because it's like you said, when O'Brien was there, it was an edge there, but when I was at Penn State, there was a you know, it was a one team thing. It was family. Like, we stuck together. Like, no matter what the situation was. Like, I think about different situations. I remember in practice where I had Justin Kapikas. You know, he was crashing down hard. You know, when we was practicing for a team, and he was crashing down, and they just kept hitting him with the reverse. Just kept hitting him with the reverse in practice, and so they had to run past him at least 5 to 8 times. You know, and the coach was going off on him, trying to get him, and then his game started getting slower. And I just looked at him and I said, "Listen, I got your back. You got to know that if you crash this hard and I see that reverse coming, I'm gonna hit that sideline so fast. Only thing you need to do is react, respond, and hold down." You know what I'm saying? And it was just like in the game when it happened on like the second play, and before you know it, it was like Justin reacted slow. I took off over the top of him, and then and then they never ran the play again. We destroyed the dude on the sideline. They never ran the play again. It was just like, it was in the middle of the game. I jumped up and I told him, I was like, "Man, I told you I got your back." You know, we need that part. We need that part when it comes to the team, because what happens is, what O'Brien brought was it's a family. And when I first went pro, it was, "What have you done for me lately? Just do your job. Do your job. We don't care." I remember being so, because of the Penn State way. I remember losing the preseason game, and guys was laughing like, "Yeah, I had a good game. I had 4 sacks today. I did my thing," and so on. And I was like, "We lost though," and ready to fight the dude. Like, we lost. We don't care if you did your thing. We lost. And everybody's like, "Yo, chill out, young boy. This is only the preseason game." But I didn't understand that then. I was like, whoa. Hold up. Like, you know, so I want to try to get out there. Yeah, I want to try to figure out a way to get out there so I can show these boys how to have a little bit of dog inside them, a little bit of fight inside them. You know, it's just, you got to be able to come. It's like, hey, we friends and we buddies, but they talk about that switch. You got to hit that switch on and just feel you can't be stopped. It's like little things that I learned in my career, like practicing harder than the game. In practice, you get about 70-something plays. I'm like, man, game day come, I got 44, 45 plays. I'm like, man, by the time the game is over, I'm just getting warmed up. You know, it's like, this is crazy. You know, but those are the things that the guys need to know. You know, so.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
Jimmy, with the technology today, I think, you know, Coach Franklin, grab his number. You'll have it on speed dial, I'm sure, with your cell phone. And, you know, with technology, you'd be able to maybe do a teleconference or video conference by your phone or your computer, even right into a squad room or meeting room with these guys, you know?
Like I said, I'm old school, man. I ain't with the technology. I don't get me wrong, I like using this stuff, but I'm wondering, it feels much better when you can stand right in front of your guy.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I plan on doing, you know. You can walk and actually show the players that you care about them. That's what I like. That's when it's like, all right, listen, come here, give me an example. Stand in front of me. Let me show you this. You know, and I think a lot of us don't want to do it because, especially with new coaching staff and stuff like that, we're not trying to insert ourselves and take over, you know, a person's, you know, role or whatever the case may be. Like, I'm not trying to step on the D-line coach's foot. I just want my alma mater to win.
Right on.
You know, I just want to stand back and be like, hey, yeah, that's my school. What's up, Penn State? Y'all see me? You know, So out here, it's still a confidence. Like, I mean, even when we had a little tarnish and stuff, I still hold my head and poke my chest out with pride when I say we are. You understand? And we're gonna recover. We're gonna be fine. But it has to start from us alumni getting back and making sure that we know and able to instill in those boys, hey, we appreciate you guys coming here. We appreciate you guys joining this family. Let's do this thing.
Yeah, I wanted to jump in quick. I think that's a great point. And Skip, when we were at practice Friday, remember Franklin at the end, when he let the players go, he said all the lettermen from their positions go get with the players from their positions. And then Franklin actually gave us time after practice, because I went with the safeties, and I was kind of jawing at the safeties a little bit. And I remember, Skip, you were with the kickers. So that's definitely something, you know, on Franklin's mind too, because that was the first time I ever seen that. And I was like, whoa, that was really cool. I thought that was really cool.
It was. I liked it a lot, you know, and I told the kickers, I said, look, I know you guys maybe you don't see people around at practice, and I kind of hide. I said, but I've been watching you guys at practice. And I said, and no, here's some things I'm noticing. I said, you know, you guys got to get the ball up. All right. So you can't get it stuffed. I said, when you're warming up, get back like 5.5 yards from that goalpost and just kick like maybe 10 balls, loosen it up. If you hit the goalpost, fine. I said, but if you're clearing it or hitting it at 5.5 yards at 7, nobody's going to touch it. I said, you got to get that ball, because we had a bunch of stuff last year, you know, just little things like that. Because I watched, you know, and you're right, Yaacov, you know, you come out to practice, and Jimmy, you'll see this at practice. You'll notice little things, and you're like, well, what are these guys doing for practice? You know, earlier in the year, I told one coach, man, these guys are kicking too many balls, you know. So you just notice things, because we all came from a different era, and a lot of these coaches, you know, like my position, none of these guys never played it. They don't know what to do. You know, they just try to go to seminars. They hear different people talk and different things, and they pick up on things, and that's how they try to coach a guy. But when you see that, and especially like with Jimmy or Yaacov, when you come in, you can say, hey, here's some techniques and things I used. Being able to do that was awesome on Friday, to be able to just throw a little thing in like that. But the beauty of it also was we got to ask them a little bit about what their goals and ambitions and things were in life, and let them know that when they get done here, they still have a family that they can come and have a rally around, help them, you know, with whatever it is they try to pursue beyond, whether it be football or whether it be just getting out in the business world and trying to make a name for yourself out there and carry on the tradition, come back and do the things we do. Because, you know, 30 years go by awfully fast. How about it, Stephen?
Yeah, well, that's something, you know, I noticed. Well, a lot of what Jimmy's talking about is true, because all the people we all played with, I guess it came up to a certain point. Things are just so much more different about the way kids are coached, even when they're younger. The stuff that Jimmy's talking about is the stuff we all knew about, you know, that switch going off. Now, some people look at that switch going off like you know, some bad will happen. Now, it's so much different just getting in their minds of these kids. People are individuals, and the technology actually has separated a lot of different folks. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, but looking at it and coming from a team that was on a national championship team, people just had all pieces together. You know, we had some outstanding players, but we had several people, as Jimmy said, that did what they were supposed to do. You know, if you look at that national championship game, I watched it again yesterday. Do you know the offense recovered 3 fumbles? And that game would have gone differently if we didn't have guys telling us things like Joe would say, run to the football, run to the football. Like, what you talking about, man? I'm a big runner, man. I'm not. In every case, something small that he talked about is the small stuff. So I do agree with you, Jimmy. I tell you what, man, I am really ready to come back and do some more myself. You know, I did coaching with semi-pro, helped out a lot of other guys. I'm ready to do some other things, man. The fact that the door is open, I'm ready.
Yeah. You know what it is? It's just like what you just said right there. It's like as soon as you said that, something just clicked in me. And I can hear Coach Johnson, I can hear Coach Paterno. Hey, kids! Listen! The sergeant is committed to his team. And when they want the ball, where is the ball? How close is it to the ball? You understand? That's with the ball, I better be close to the ball. You understand? I'm running sideline to sideline. I'm trying to do my best. I remember talking to Coach Paterno and telling Coach, listen, I'm tired. I need to get out the game. And he'll look at me. He said, Jake, you can't afford to be tired. A tired Jimmy Kennedy is better than a fresh young guy in there. We need to get out there. And I'm like, man. And then when I go pro, they like, man, look, you took the playoff. I'm like, man, Coach said I could take that playoff. Hold up. I just wanted to tell them, hey, y'all got to call Penn State back and talk to Coach and let them know.
Well, I'll tell you what. Hey, Joe must have got soft in his own age. None of us a pass with that. Well, God bless you. That means you're the chosen one, man. Because he never, always back to the, people like Shane Conlon and Bobby White. And, I don't know Bobby White. Yeah. He told Bobby White one time he wanted him to put the field. I remember I practiced against Bobby. Bobby is just awesome defensive lineman, man. And he told Bobby, he said, I want you to put that field. Man, I was just done. I was totally, he kicked my butt, man. That's what I'm saying. We got to be around, like Jimmy's saying, and be that second coming. And who's going to challenge these young men next and challenge the current people and getting the program where it comes back to? It is going to take all of us. And getting them, young people are different too these days. And it's going to take a little something different. I'm sitting from my office now. I'm a college administrator. And I talk. The young people are totally different and they're motivated by different things. So, yeah, we're going to be at the try different things, different approaches, but we're going to.
I think, and to touch on, what you said when it comes to that right there, I think they are because everyone wants to turn pro, but I think it goes back to us, expressing the tradition and how we do things. Like me returning for my senior year, having a degree already, about, like the things that I'm proud of right now. Like I help people make money now. You understand? My own business, I have restaurants, I have rental properties, I have 187 rental properties.
Congratulations.
12 laundromats and different stuff. That's the Penn State way. You understand? It wasn't just about the football stuff and everything else and so on. It's to be a franchise owner, to do different things and so on, to have fun. I have fun, me and my boys right now, because what happens is another thing that I would like to do is most of us come from inner city. I started playing ball. Everyone knows my story. I was a knucklehead in high school. My high school coach caught me making a drug sale and so on, and he told me, hey, you need to get your life together. I believed him, and next thing you know, I'm in Penn State. You understand? So, and then while I'm in there, I was one of those knuckleheads, like, I'm going to go pro. I'm going to get in there, and I'm gonna put my hand in the dirt, and I'm going to have fun. And actually, I was a better offensive tackle, but because I didn't trust Penn State, to do right by me, I wanted to play defense because I could be one of those selfish guys and go out there and have 4 sacks, and my numbers still look great, even in the losing effort. You understand? But in high school, I was a 4-time All-American at offensive tackle, but I didn't play defense until my junior and senior year. And then I went to Penn State where I was playing defense. So what happened was Coach Paterno changed those ways. He helped us conform to the program, conform to the school, and let me know that, hey, you can get hurt and your NFL career is done. You can get hurt and your college career is done and so on. And guess what happened? I went pro. In my second year, I broke my foot. They put a screw in it. And I was like, oh, my God, I'm never going to play again. Before you know it, I'm starting a real estate company. I was trying to do different things. And the Penn State part of me kicked in. It was like, all right, what can I do? But what happens is, if I didn't go to Penn State, I wouldn't have those knowledge. I wouldn't have that education to fall back on and so on. But then now, what happens is, you end up, if you don't make, I tell my friends and so on like this. Here's what I tell them when I go back and I talk to them, right? And I help them out and I help them make thousands. Here's what I tell them. I say, the toughest thing to do is to actually be rich alone. To go out there and literally have people that you love and wanting to take care of, that you can't change their mindset. You understand? The houses that I bought my father, and he still want to live in New York. You know what I'm saying? The same situation for my mom, my family, and different stuff. They can't see the whole vision on just being wealthy. So when you come back and you try to help your friends and your people, they always look at you like they want you to just feed them. And what I'm trying to do is I'm actually trying to teach them. Because I remember being a knucklehead coming in there at Penn State and saying that I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, and then I'm going pro. And then Coach Paterno actually set me down. His wife was my tutor. We sat there and we was around, and Miss Paterno used to make me cookies and stuff, and coaches would come in, no, you can't give him those cookies. He's going to be all the one day. He's going to be a great one. He makes you lose weight already. And I'm over here like, I'm going to eat these cookies, and I don't want to offend this lady. I'm going to just eat these cookies. I was caught, but what happened was, those are the things that means a lot to me. And now, as I get older, I'm a single dad. I have a 9-year-old. I'm over here and I'm looking at him and I'm just like, man, I want him to know those values. I want to pass those values down to these young boys. Just like what you said, these kids don't focus on nothing but dancing and stuff these days and so on. How many players that we have, especially from the last few years from Penn State, that really actually has been major standouts? They probably have solid careers and stuff, but you get a few guys, just a handful that really get an opportunity to turn pro. So Coach Paterno used to always tell me, that I know he's no longer here and stuff, but he used to always tell us he had more doctors, more lawyers, more brain surgeons and stuff than he did NFL players. And he was proud of that.
Yeah, you know what, Jimmy? I'm glad you said that, because I would say now, I'm going to be 51 in a couple of weeks. But one of my proudest moments, as you said, is outside of football. And here I am. I've been a college administrator right now, going up to 26 years. Here I was out of school. Here I was almost 40 years old at the time. And we're getting, I think you might have been playing. We're getting ready to play Michigan. And I'm thinking to myself, almost say hi and keep going. And Joe says, how's everything going? He said, you're still a college administrator, right? And he goes, you're down at that Shore College. What's it called? Stockton? He had wrote a recommendation for me 15 years before, still remembered. I had promised him, of course, unwittingly, trying to get a graduate assistantship and promising him I was going to get my doctorate, which I never got. And he said to me, well, Dr. Davis, congratulations. I said, Coach, I'm not Dr. Davis. He said, you said you were going to be a doctor. You promised. He said, it's a work. But that's love. I just didn't understand it. I was like, that man showing me love. And, I didn't have the career you had. No, I didn't make it to the NFL. My brother's doing the 70s. But this guy, like you said, what Penn State's all about is just taking it further. I think even further than where we had it. Because when Joe passed away, one thing I saw about 1,200 players there, 1,200 gentlemen, 1,200 accomplished men. That, because of the concept that we're making the world better. And that's what we're looking at. And you know what? He taught us you can still do that and still be tough. That toughness meant so many more different things than what we thought it was.
And you know what? I totally agree with that. And I think what happens now is when you try to do that and you try to do the Penn State way, it's like it's abnormal now. So when you actually try to help someone else, they look at you like, what? Why are you doing this? Like, why? You know what I'm saying? Why? Hold on, you're not focusing on yourself. It's like a level of selfishness, even when it comes to the current player and so on. It's like you said, it's like they're just a different breed right now. They're not bad. They just have to really feel that it's a team effort. You know, when you go from high school and so on, they used to be in the stars and everything else. We have to get them to play together, you know, and be that, you know, that one team, one mind, one heartbeat, you know, just all in, go at it, go get it, have fun, and you're going to shine regardless.
Yeah, Jimmy, what we're talking about, though, Jimmy, is, you know, we're dealing with a lot of the me, myself, and I generations. And, you know, we came from the thing where, you know, we don't care who you are. We're going to do what's right in the best interest of the team. And that's it, you know, and you as a person, you know, you come second, you know, and, you know, I really appreciate the things you've shared about your goals. You know, you see beyond, you have great vision, and it's I'm not talking about just football, but life, because you're not looking to, you just said, you know, you're not looking to give a hand out. You're looking to give a hand up. You don't want, you'll give somebody a fish if they need it, but you want to teach them how to fish. And that's the difference, man. That's the way. That's the right way to do things, you know.
But the problem is, you know what it is. Like I've been helping people make money now for years, you know, and investing and doing different stuff and so on. And what happens is you will hear so many people like, oh, he has to be broke, with this, with like, you know, it's like that's a shock. It's a shock to people because they're not known. You know, like just how I talked to Yaacov. Before I get this phone, Yaacov is going to have my number. You know, I'm going to let him know, hit me up on Facebook or whatever. We can exchange information, whatever. And when I come out there, I'm going to be hanging out with my people. I'm still the same guy, but what happens is, like people think that, okay, he made millions, he did this, he's changed. I'm still the same guy. I mean, like, y'all know me, even when we was in college, I'm not really hanging out with a lot of people. I was in the house, I'm just watching film. But everybody loved me. I'm not gonna be as players.
I remember you used to get the fresh cut. I remember you used to come back from New York with that fresh cut back in the day.
I'm a fly to New York. I'm gonna figure out ways for my. Think about this, y'all. Remember, I was figuring out ways to try to get us all money. Like, hey, go get those receipts.
Wait a minute. Hey, Jimbo had all the Air Force Ones you can think of, boy. Hey, you put me on them Air Force Ones back in the day.
Yes, I'm telling you. I was like, listen, this is when we were in New York. And then it's crazy because even then I was telling y'all gotta learn how to write with your left hand because you get an extra $500 off your yeah. Hey, fellas, listen. I know we trying to do things the Penn State way, but listen, if you keep your GPA over 275, they're gonna give you extra $1,500. Come on now. You should be all that, boy. You should be all that. And that's what it's a different way on how we do it now because those are the leadership qualities that we need. It was like, yo, listen, to hold each other accountable, we wasn't saying, hey, you know, get a seed, everything else. Hey, you want that extra $1,500 that's gonna come? You need to keep over 275. You know what I'm saying? You need to do this. You need to do that work because you know you need to average above this seed. Let's get this money. You know, so it's just different ways to find out. You know, different ways to motivate each other.
Learn how to sign your name with your left hand, huh?
Hey, learn how to write with your left hand. You get an extra $500. You know, come on, man. In college, you know, yo, I wish I could make my money last the way it lasted in college.
Oh man,
wow,
that's awesome.
Yeah, I was for 2 months in college. Wow. Wow.
You need to write a book about this, Jimmy. You got to write a book.
Yeah. I get people say that to me all the time. I just enjoy it. Hey, I keep the memories and stuff, and when I, you know, talk to Yaacov and Anthony and all those guys, and laugh about stuff. You know?
Yeah.
Wow, this is I'll tell you, this is the fast sound of college football here. And I there's one person I've kind of felt like we left out here. Dan the fan, you got to hear a lot tonight, but you were out the blue white. You did some great things here this past weekend yourself. So why don't you share here a little bit about what all you did this past weekend and what your thoughts were of the blue white game?
Well, first of all, I didn't get to see any of the game because I was out recruiting people for Sunday for the Special Olympics and stuff like that. And first of all, I want to talk to you, special shout out to Jimmy, because I've talked to him on Facebook but never heard him talk. And just listening to the last half hour or so is just, as a fan to me, totally amazing. It's just a word. But we ended up going to Special Olympics. We came in second place. We didn't come in first place, but we came in second place. We had 65 team members walking with us and running for that event and stuff like that. And we had Ryan Kaiser and Brandon Smith. We also had yours truly, Blair Thomas, on our team. So he walked with us. It was great.
Yeah.
And I witnessed it too.
I saw the picture.
And I had my picture. Well, I had my picture with yours truly, Yaacov.
We becoming real good buddies.
What's that?
We becoming real good buddies.
I don't know about buddies, maybe good friends and brothers and stuff like that. But yeah.
Let me rephrase that. Now we becoming really good friends.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, there we go.
Yeah. It was great. It was good.
You're deep, Dan. You're deep, man. You are deep, brother.
He's
You are real deep.
He's Dan the fan.
Yes, he is.
The one and only, man. Dan the fan.
30 years old.
And guess what? Hey, I want to see if Skip or Stephen or Jimbo can guess the number on Dan's tags for the walk of Beaver Stadium. What his number was.
Oh, I
already know it.
Yeah.
I only know it because I liked it on Facebook.
Yeah, there you go.
What was it? I missed it. Somebody give it to me. What was that? What was it?
409.
409. Here's a 409. I gotta give it up to you for that, Dan. I gotta give it up to you.
Yeah, I gotta go put that ticket in Wawa or something, man.
I think Skip's still on us a Subway, I think, too.
Oh, I do.
He did go with the Subway.
Well, no, it wasn't a Subway. I owed you guys, what was that, the place we used to go down here for subs? Penn State Sub Shop. I don't know if they're still here or not. I owe you guys a sub. That's right. Well, I'll tell you what.
Subway.
I don't know.
Yeah. Take it to get a great sub, man. Don't mess around. We want it all finished sub, man.
Okay. Hey, whatever you want, I'll get it. And I'll tell you when we can do it. We have two opportunities coming up. We have the Arts Festival, the People's Choice Festival. We always do a program then because we talk a little bit about what guys do in the summer for training. So we all can be back here. If you come back for that, we always do a broadcast for that. We also have Grange Fair, which is kind of cool because we can go to practice and stuff, take in a couple practices, go to the fair at night, have a little broadcast there, have some fun that way too. So any of those opportunities you come back, yes, I will make good on get you guys yourselves. Just for fun, I'll get you yourself.
I just stepped on the scale last night. Oh my God, I've never weighed that much in my entire life.
And where did that come from?
I can't eat anymore.
Well, say
I guess I'm in trouble for all of y'all there.
Right?
I don't know, yo. I'm trying to get sexy over here. I've been big too long. I'm over there trying to be like a plus size model or something. I'm going for that George Foreman deal.
Oh wow!
Yeah, man. I'm trying to get a grill.
Right to the body. Hey, George Foreman right to the body, man. I'm gonna people, man. He's not really people, man.
It's hard. You know, it's hard. You know, as a freshman, I couldn't gain any weight, and sadly, I can say I'm twice the man I used to be. So, and not all the right ways. It's true.
Yeah, when you a grizzly bear and everyone nickname you a grizzly bear, you have to maintain a certain weight, unless you're gonna be Pillsbury, Doughboy. You're gonna be, you know.
Well, we had
everything. Winnie the Pooh.
Well, we had guys like that. I remember we had one guy, Stefan, his freshman year. All they did was put a garbage bag on him and told him, "You know nothing but losing weight." You remember him?
Who was that?
Oh, he was from Texas, and he got. Yeah, Josh. He got in trouble.
Josh Schwager.
Yeah, Joe sent him away. Then he got in trouble. But yeah, that's all. That's all they.
Listen, he should have got sent away from his freshman entertainment. When he pulled his shirt up and jiggled his stomach, he should have been thrown off the team then, man.
You remember
that? The most disgusting thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
You know what happens is, listen, even when it comes to that, man, we got to do a better job of just helping the players out when it comes to that. You know, usually we have, you know, who we have? I think we have this. I want to say, I forgot who was the nutritionist when we was there? It's pretty hot too for an older woman. She was pretty hot.
Oh, dang!
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she was pretty hot. Was it like Christine Klein or something like that?
Yeah, it was Clark.
Yeah, Miss Clark. Yeah, Miss Clark was Klein. Yeah, I think most of us wanted to see her just because of how, you know, she was kind of fine. It was like, okay, Miss Clark is alright. It wasn't really about, you know, I used to sit there and just gotta lose weight. Everything else, I just be looking at her lips, and I'm like, man, like this Clark is alright right here. You know? Here's what it is. You can't really have, like, I'm not hating on no one or whatever the case may be. I guess we have to have understanding on how to lose weight and how to do certain things. Most of the stuff is genetics, you know, like from my position right now. Like I said, I try to make myself better and learn everything. Like, you know, my mom. My father had the gastric bypass surgery. My grandmother had the gastric bypass. You know, I had another aunt that had the gastric bypass. You know, I lost my grandmother to diabetes. I lost an uncle to diabetes. I have an aunt right now that they took her legs for diabetes and so on. So it's like, you know, when you get there, you have, you know, this hot little white woman standing there smiling, lips looking all good. She's telling you to eat celery. I mean, it's harder than that. You know, like, hey, you gotta eat this celery. You know, oh no! I'm over there looking at the team, over there like, man, please.
That was good. That was good for you.
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna look for her on Facebook.
Let me jump in here real quick. Skip, don't forget, we have a fan from Lions Live.
That's right.
All the way on the West Coast.
That's right.
So Skip, you got to let them know. We have a fan on Lions Live that listens to us on this show, all the way on the West Coast.
Oh, you know him? Oh, that's hey, listen.
Yes, I do. He walked with us.
Dan recruited.
He walked with us.
Dan recruited California to come out this past weekend.
Yes.
Yes. That's crazy. Here's Yaacov and I. We're sitting out at Michael Robinson's fundraiser, right, on Friday night, and we're talking. And this guy comes up, hey, how you guys doing? We said who we are. He's like, this guy, Dan, he's a lot like you almost. This guy's like the hugest, biggest Penn State fan. He thinks he's like in his hometown. He goes crazy, right? And he flew all the way out here just for this weekend to come out here to do that with you. And oddly enough, he said, well, who are you guys? And we mentioned our names. He's like, oh, I watch you guys on lionslive.com. We're like, whoa, okay, I guess this gets around. He flew all the way out.
Accomplished. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well, Dan, how did that work for him, Dan? You recruited him from California. I mean, Dan, I'll tell you, you are far-reaching, dude. I mean, You got this guy from California to fly back for blue white, man. I mean, that says a lot.
I think if I'm not mistaken, I think he has a daughter or a son that goes to Penn State. But he came back too to see them.
Okay. I don't know if he had I don't think he had any kids here, but no, I don't think his kids were old enough for that.
Okay.
But yeah, but no.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, you're right, Skip.
Yeah, no, he has kids. He's telling us about how his wife gets on him, and for going all nuts about Penn State.
So I recruited a guy all the way from California to come back for a weekend to walk with me on Sunday for Special Olympics.
Yeah, that's great.
Cool.
That's good, Dan. That was awesome. And
we wore a ribbon for red ribbon for ALS and Steve Smith too. Yeah, so I want to give that a special shout out.
Ready, man. I'm telling you, you guys watch that national championship game. All I gotta say is watch Schmitty, number 33.
Right.
Watch Schmitty.
Yeah.
Schmitty was beyond the beast, man. I mean, and like you said, having guys like that push you, man. And he's one of those guys. He makes you feel bad for a little bit too, man. But that was a challenge. That's why you kids are different. You have to shrug off people that were trying to motivate you in a different way, man. And you knew that it was good for you. You know what I mean? So I'm just hoping, man, that we can get guys, man, develop. The only way to do it is to develop a relationship like how we're doing now, man. We're making fun. And we're able to laugh at ourselves because, the only way we can get through school sometimes, as Jimmy was saying, you have to laugh at yourself. And people Mom couldn't send money every week. Dad couldn't send money every week, Yeah. We all had those situations. And trying to take care of yourself and trying to uphold a legacy, it's work. It's not about what you did, but it's what you're going to do. I'm just looking forward to it.
Well, you're very true. And, Saturday morning, there's so many fundraisers, and I mentioned this to Wally at the meeting. I said, if we could find a way to somehow to coordinate different, and everybody tries to cram it in here in that weekend, but if we could somehow even get a schedule up so we can know who's where, what, when, because there's so much stuff going on, it's hard to keep up with everybody. And at the meeting, I sat next to Craig Fayak. I hadn't seen him for a while, and Craig and I were talking. Said, we got to try to just put on a free kicking camp and just teach kids how to do it. A lot of these places out there, they all want to charge an arm and a leg, and and I grew up in a middle class family, and my mom taught me how to be frugal, how to save a buck, and I'm thankful for that. And I think out to these families out there, for kids, for these kids today, they have all these camps, but they charge an arm and a leg. It's all about the profit. It's not about instilling values. It's not beyond just football skills. It's just, it's all about the money. And I'm thinking we need to get out there and just maybe even start doing some stuff for free, for the sake of the game. And also for recruiting opportunities. This gives us an opportunity to see how some of these kids are playing. Maybe give the coach a lead somewhere of somebody who can recruit. We talked a little bit about that, Yaacov, as well with Coach. How do we, at the team meeting, how do we get in touch with him to pass people on? So, I think this is all just started that process of being able to try to move Penn State football on to the next level. And I'm just thankful to see everybody's motivated to try to want to do something. It's so long we've been suppressed and not been, and it's just great to see this motivation.
I think what happens, Skip, is from my position, I worked with the second mile when they had that, and I have my degree in rehabilitation services and so on. And when that whole thing happened, I was like, oh, maybe I should reach out and I should try to partner up with them so we can still continue the great things that they did do, and keep that thing going or start something along the lines out there. I think what happened was between financial advisors, between lawyers and the different advisors that we have, it was always like, nah, you want to shy away from working with kids. You want to try to do some stuff like that. Like, as a Penn Stater, based off of everything that happened, we're like, well, we want to work with kids. And now it looks like, especially for a guy like me, who actually played under Sandusky for a year or so on, and who actually worked at the second mile and so on, you felt guilty. In a sad situation, it's like, I didn't know, none of us knew, and so on. I mean, that's why we get away from stuff like this.
Yeah. Well, a lot of us still don't even know,
Exactly. And I agree with you. But I think what happens to, the few of us don't want to make that jump, or there's a fear to make that jump because of what happened in the past. So I'm glad that it's, a lot of stuff is subsiding and so on, so where we can actually get back active and so on. Because I would love to do stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah, I think we're the ones that are going to come back. And that just changes, though. I mean, I think when we realized exactly what I said when we were doing homegrowing, as we black folks do call it, homegrowing. And we were there, man. The show off was incredible. And it was about people learning about each other and finding out what can we do, and what is it that we're going to do to change things. Not even really as just a letterman club, right? It's just, like you said, alumni coming back and changing things. It's not about who votes for who or does what. And we just got to come back, man, and we got to spend time with these guys.
That's right.
Be there for them.
That's right. That's part of being a family. We got to get back to family life is what it is. Get back to some family life. Now, so, hey, you know what? We're winding up here. We have about 5 minutes left here in our program tonight. Anybody with any topics or anything we're going to hit in the next 5 minutes?
I wanted to ask Jimbo a question. Tell us about playing for Coach Johnson. I always, admired him. I never played for him. I was, scrap in Norwood. But, we used to go in your meetings. Sometimes we would have meetings in the D-line room, and, we would see all the pictures on the wall. And, how was it working with Coach Johnson every day?
That was a blessing, I think, because what happened when it came with Coach was he took the time to actually understand us as players. The only other coach that I had, when I got drafted to St. Louis, my coach told me, he said, hey, listen, I'm going to let you know that I didn't want to draft you, that Lovey and Mike Marks thought you was the best pick for everything that happened, and I actually wanted I wanted Tyler Brayton. So before I even signed my contract, I was trying to get traded. But then people wonder what was going on with me in St. Louis and everything else and so on. So what happens was when you play for a guy like Coach Johnson, he takes the time to get to know you, get to know what it is that you're trying to do. He creates goals. He's a man of faith and everything else. So it was one of those things that he was just kind of like Coach Norwood for you guys.
Yeah.
Coach Johnson he held you accountable. Hey, you can't do that. I was a knucklehead when I first came to Penn State. A straight knucklehead. I was coming out of the streets of New York, and I'm out there selling bootleg movies and CDs and so on. And Coach Johnson said, hey, listen, Hawk, come on, man. You're gonna be something great. You can't be out here selling. You got people coming to the locker room asking for movies and bootlegs and stuff. You get locked up for that? And I'm over there like, what? Hold up. I just sold this $3 for tape for $20. Like, what you doing? Hold up. Hey, I was so like, TVs in the locker room? Well, you were in the locker room, in the classroom, and everything. But I was a redshirt freshman. I didn't know any better. We were buying them in New York. My family was getting them. And Coach Johnson pulled me to the side and let me know that he cared and was like, listen, I know you have a hustler mentality, my mom being a single mom, my dad, so it was just like, he was just like, you can chill, you can relax, because from my position, I didn't know about training table and everything was new to me. It was about, I was a New Yorker. I had to have, money in my pocket to make sure we can eat. I was the oldest of three boys, so I had to do certain things. And Coach Johnson, even though I had, Joe Sarah, Coach Johnson was the one who was pulling me to the side, like, listen, hold up, you got too much talent. You don't throw it away. Don't do this. Don't do that. And because he cared, what happened was I tell Coach, I said, listen, Coach, game day, no matter what the situation is, I won't let you down. And he said he'll say something, and he ain't have to repeat himself. I say it once and expect it to be done. Only coach I had like that was my coach in Minnesota, and everyone knows how I was playing when I was out there in Minnesota. Carl Dunbar, this guy is, believe it or not, Buffalo just fired him. And I would love for him to go to Penn State. If he can make it Penn State, oh, my God.
Hey, Jimmy, everybody stand by. We have a brief break here for station ID.
Center County.
No problem.
Yo, man, there's been some boatload TVs in the locker room. It's bad, brother.
All right, folks, we're back here at Lions Live. We had a brief station ID break there. We're back.
Yeah, I was bugging out there.
We're back here with Jimmy Kennedy, Big Dude Stephen Davis, Yaacov Yisrael. My name's Skip Rowlis and Dan the Fan here. Last few minutes here, wrapping up our show. Wow, we've had some awesome stories. Well, Jimmy, this is just getting started, man. And there's a lot of stories I think we have yet to hear, and we look forward to them in the days to come here. But we got about 3 minutes here before we got to wrap things up here. And our next program, folks, is going to be coming up here for the Arts Festival. And anybody, all the former players, anybody wants to jump in at any time can help host this show. We're really thankful for Magnum Broadcasting for giving us this opportunity to be able to bring you Lions Live like this. So we're looking forward to other guys coming and helping host a show like this. I'm only here, and if people see me out the internet, I'm here because I live here locally. But anybody else who wants to come in and do this, you're welcome to it. It's great, and we hope to have more of that coming. So final parting thoughts, guys, here in the last 2 minutes, everybody. So go ahead and each person take about a minute here and share a parting thought. Jimmy, you wanna lead us off?
It's when it's all said and done, I just want us all to be proud to be Penn Staters. I want us to be a reflection of the past, so we can actually help the future. And I think if we do that, we'll be, as a university, not just about as a football team. I think we'll be amazing, and we are.
Penn State. Well said. Well said. Well said. Dan the Fan, what do you want to throw in here for your last parting thoughts here to our summer show?
Well, I hope to see everybody come the next season coming up. It's going to be exciting out here this year, and hoping to see everybody, Yaacov and Stefan and Skip. I see you when I get up there and stuff like that, but never met Jimmy Kennedy, but talked to him. But it's just to me, it's just fun interacting with former players as me as the new ones. And this past weekend was good, but it's just my love for Penn State as a fan.
Awesome. Well said. Well said, Yaacov.
I just wanted to thank Jimmy Kennedy again for coming out, man. It's such a great to hear your voice, man, and hear you go at it. Boy, I still hear that Yonkers in you. And, great memories, man, on the defense, man. I mean, we went through a lot, man. It was a time, man. I don't know if people even remember this, but we used to play our games. We used to have a trailer. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
We used to go at halftime in a trailer. We didn't even have a locker room. We was in like a little mobile home trailer, and that was like our locker room during the game. Dope how you could give us speeches, and we used to go out of the trailer into Beaver Stadium, back and forth. You remember that?
Yeah, when they was doing the extension.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we was the only team, man, that was in a mobile trailer home, man. So yeah, that was crazy, man. That was crazy.
Wow.
So yeah, man, I'm very glad, man, and happy for all your accomplishments, man. And I hope to see you, sprinkling some of that knowledge, man, to the the Penn State football team, man.
I'll definitely be there. I promise that.
Yeah. That's what's up, man. We need to get more guys like you, man. So.
Right on. Hey, Stefan, what are your parting thoughts here?
Well, just quickly again, Jimmy, my pleasure in getting to talk with you and be on this show. It's funny, again, I think I've seen you before, but I feel like I know you now, which is what we got to get to do with the Letterman now. I think what we have to do is we got to really close this generation gap, about people. I remember meeting Justin Kirkakis, meeting folks like that. And it's like, you find out that not only was a guy a good player, but just a really good dude, when you start to see what it is you missed. And we just got to close the gap and try to do the best we can to support the team, to support Coach Franklin, because not only was it a big hire, I think it's back to the original, back to, again, no offense to Coach O'Brien, but the name off the uniforms. You know,
Exactly.
back to where we were, back to those ideals of what we have to get back to is the toughness and everything else has to match it. And I would say just hopefully that the Letterman lead everything to try to get us back to where we were before. And I think it's a blessing about what we're doing in this show. So I'm looking forward to the season. I think we do have a chance to do well, and I'm looking forward to it.
Outstanding. Jimmy, I can't thank you enough. It was really great talking to you this afternoon here earlier today, and especially tonight. And I can speak, I think, for everybody here. You know, this microphone's always open to any time you want to come in and host this show. It's just yours as much as anybody else's out there who ever played football at Penn State. So please always feel welcome. Always feel free to just pick up that phone, or if you're here in State College, come on in here with me and be on here with us and share these great stories and memories of the past and help give great input analysis of what we have with the current team. And let's build for a great future here, folks. So I really want to thank you
guys
very much.
Whenever you guys want me back, you know how to reach me. I'm right here on Facebook, and make sure y'all just skip. If you could pass my number on to everybody, it'll be fine. I mean,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Well,
Yaacov got us on the buzzy now, Jimmy. You sure that I like to talk. I'm a brother. I'm also, I like to talk. Hope you don't mind, man.
Hey, like I said, I'm fine with that. I'm cool with that. But, you know, as a single dad, man, sometimes I just need to step off and just be dad, you know. But I'm always available, man. My phone lines are always open for everybody.
Awesome.
I like that matchup. I like that matchup, though. You got the big dude, and then you got the grizzly. Hey, that's a nice little battle right there. I don't know,
bro. He got me about some years, you know.
You got the big dude and the grizzly. I like that.
They're skill players. You see that, Jimmy? They're skill players. See outside. They're the bottle. You're going to take some shots out of the bottle and put it for the distance, man.
Nah, he was trying to have a dance off, you know. Just I'm just teasing.
It's all good, bro. It's all good.
Hey,
Yeah.
I want to thank everybody who's been watching out there on the internet. You know, stay tuned to Lions Live. We'll be back again here this summer here during the People's Choice Festival and Arts Festival Week, and Grange Fair. We'll be back again for that. And of course, every week we'll be giving some analysis for football. We don't know our schedule yet, but stay tuned to Lions Live, folks. So on behalf of Jimmy Keddy, we thank him for coming in. Yaacov, Yisrael, Big Dude Stephen Davis, and Dan the Fan. My name's Skip Dreibelbis. Thanks y'all for joining us. Have a great night. Lord bless.
Have a good one, fellas.
Have a good one,
Man.